So we're heading to Ikea waterfall, just outside of Pomkiri.
Come on, let's go.
Thanks, you just ruined my video. So we came here before, but it was in the rainy season, so they didn't let us in. So we're going to try again today. We've reached the final waterfall. So we've had enough of the Ikea waterfall. As impressive as it is, we're going to head off now to find another waterfall. So if you pay the 200 baht as a foreigner, you can enter as many national park entrances and waterfalls in one day as you like. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to see if we can find another one. There's several in this area, Promlock being one of them. So we'll see what's available. When we get down to the car, we'll be able to get better service on the phone and we can check out the location. But this is amazing. I mean, I love coming to places like this. It's amazing. You know, you have it. I mean, 200 baht is nothing to come here and experience this kind of nature and these surroundings and have nobody here. We've been here maybe an hour, hour and a half, and we've seen 2 other people. Where else is that going to happen? If this was on Koh Samui or one of the other resort islands, you'd have hundreds of people trekking up here. People are probably in the water swimming. So definitely highly recommended. Anyway, we're going to get back down to the car now and see where we can go next. As you can tell, these paths are quite well maintained and they're not too steep. Kind of reminds me of like Hansel and Gretel, you know, going through the woods. All these little pathways. Got some locals down there enjoying the water. So just a few steps from the parking lot here at Ikea waterfall. There's like a little campground. Like bench seats and places like that. You can go do a picnic. I never grow tired of coming to places like this. Quite remarkable. So we made it all the way to Krung Ching Waterfall National Trail, which is a good 40 minutes from Promkiri as you go north into the mountains. Only to get here and discover that they're not letting anybody in because wild elephants have been seen on the trail. So they're not letting anybody in today. So I recommend, it's a beautiful place, by the way. I mean, it's this area here where the offices are, there's housing, there's meeting rooms. I don't see anywhere where you can get refreshments around here, but you would have to bring that with you. But I would recommend calling ahead if you want to come and visit this place. I mean, it makes you realize how big the Kowloon National Park actually is if there's actually wild elephants spotted in various areas of the park. Because down further south near Promkiri, I don't think there's no such thing as wild elephants down there. Maybe it's too mountainous, I don't know. But it's a vast place. There's a sign here warning you of elephants, so I guess on any given day you got to be wary of them. And I guess they were seen yesterday on the trail, so they're not letting anybody in. And this is quite a well-known place because they have a nature trail that goes about 6 kilometers, I believe, or 3 kilometers up and 3 coming down. So definitely worth it if you're ever up for the hike, but just make sure that it's open. Again, this place is called Krung Ching Waterfall National Trail. Definitely worth a visit if they let you in. So one of the things I love about Thailand, as you can see, just a random temple, something that you have to stop and take a look at. Surrounded by farms and villages. Quite incredible. So we've been making a few alterations to the lights. As you can see right here, the electric pole, we are actually now connected to the electric. It's quite bright. What they've done, they've used silicone to hold it onto the post, and it seems to work well, it's solid. So now we have lighting all the way up. I mean, the solar lights were okay. The problem was that some parts of the fence didn't get enough sunlight. So they're all different, going on and off at different times. And the amount of brightness wasn't consistent with them all. But now we have 10-watt bulbs going all the way along the fence, right to the very end. So that will be nicely lit up at the back there. I mean, you used to get a lot of sunlight here on the 5 or 6 of them for the solar lamps. And then the 4 at the end there just didn't get any sun. Because you've got all the rubber trees sort of hanging over the top. So now it's a complete difference. I mean, it's so bright it actually lights up the trees and it lights up the road, which is what I wanted. So so all the lights are on timers now. So they're set to come on around 6:30 and then they should come off around 10:30, 11. So yeah, when we're here, we probably won't have them on. We'll just stick to the solar. We've also got some foxtail palms, which are these things here. And they're great. I mean, we have 6 along the fence here, and we have 2 over by the house. And we bought them local. There was a garden shop down in near the city, and they were selling for $4.50 each. And they really do give that sort of resort ambience, you know. But there's still a lot more I want to buy to put along the fence. There's a lot more. I want more flower plants. I just want more plants in general, really. And I think once that's done, but it's it's a work in progress. We're not going to do it all in one go, little by little. You know, maybe every trip we just plant a few more and a few more until eventually we've got to a point where we're happy and we have enough plants. But certainly along the fence, I want to have a lot of bushes along here, a lot of certainly colorful plants as well. So that's where we are. So yeah, today it was extremely hot. We went to the local national park, did a bit of hiking up there, as you'll see on the video coming up. And then we went to another park, which you'll see on the video also. They wouldn't let us in. It was about a 45-minute drive from here. So we should have called ahead because we weren't aware that they can sometimes have issues with wild elephants and they'll close the park. I didn't think that could happen around here, but I guess it does. So there was apparently yesterday some wild elephants were spotted near the trail, and when that happens they'll close it off to visitors. So if you ever want to go to any national park in Thailand that may have an abundance of wild elephants, definitely call ahead. Perhaps it was a good idea to do that because it's a bit of a wasted trip really. It was a nice drive and all that, all the way up to the mountains and that, but waste of gas, you know, and being right now gas is kind of expensive. So anyway, it is what it is. We'll know next time. But yeah, here we are, back at the house. I think before I mentioned, actually, that the lights on the gate are going to be brighter than the ones on the posts, on the regular fence. These are 13 watt, and believe me, they're bright. But you need it out here, because when there's no moonlight and it's dark, you need something to brighten up the place at night. So we'll see how we get on with that. So yeah, I probably may not be able to make a video for some time about Prom Kiri, as I'm going to be traveling to the US next week. I may be over there for several months, maybe. My plan is to come back in November, so let's hope that happens. But here we are. I'll be excited to come back here and see how all the plants have got on. So it's gone 6 o'clock, it's getting dark. I wanted to come out and check these lights. I mean, you can tell already the huge difference. I didn't want to keep the solar lights. I mean, the solar lights are okay, but I wanted something that was going to shine on the road for anybody who's driving past and it's very dark. And you can see that, I mean, it's a complete difference. I mean, it even shines up half the rubber tree plantation over here. So it's great. Works really well. So little by little, you know, this house is coming together. There's every time we come here, we add a little bit more and add a little bit more. And I think gradually it's starting to take formation now. And it could really be, I mean, this place, it has a lot of potential here. Potential being, of course, the space. I mean, a land plot like this in Koh Samui, well, I couldn't probably touch it. But out here, it's much more of a reality. And it's a realistic dream, really, to turn it into something that, you know, you can call a home. And that's the whole difference. That's why we moved out here. Of course, you know, we're still going to have Samui as a base. I mean, my wife works on Samui, so I'm always going to be spending time there. But when you want to get away from it, the traffic, the tourists, the cost, just come here, you know, and enjoy this space for what it is. Right now it's lit up like a Christmas tree, but the lights serve a purpose. Yeah, the two at the end we got fixed today. They weren't attached yesterday. They were done today. So I think we're done. And this whole, all these lights, I mean, we bought the lights and the bulbs ourselves. And we just paid for the maintenance, you know, and the work. The people that fixed the lights, put them together, we paid them 20,000, 10,000 for basically for their time and effort, and 10,000 for whatever pieces they need to buy in terms of piping and wiring and all that kind of thing. And they had to dig a hole, of course, all the way from the top, all the way down under the driveway here, the entranceway over there, and then it goes down to the house, behind the house. So yeah, it was quite a lot of work for, yeah, I think it took them 3 days in all. Very useful to have them around. I think the next project they're going to do for us is going to be probably a carport, which is going to be right here on the side of the house. It'll be there probably. Yeah, I can imagine. It looked good there. Yeah. So yeah, so fence on the far side has to be done at some stage. Maybe maybe this time next year. Who knows? Depends. It depends on the weather, of course, because November, when I get back, is going to be rainy season. So I won't be able to do much then. It could be, you know, maybe before Christmas even, we might start. Get that carport done, get the back fence done. And then obviously screen on the windows. That has to be done. And then I think we're ready.